traits, that he evolved over the years. Fascinating. And the other person I love very much is Voltaire, and
Yes.
there's a saying that was on Facebook, which went like this: if you uh, I'm going to be prosaic and summarize it, but basically he said, "You know who's your master by who you cannot criticize." And it was ascribed to Voltaire. So I found it on Facebook and then shared it to my page. And Facebook promptly banned me, saying that Voltaire didn't write that. So I had taken a graphic from somebody else's page and just simply shared it. And then, I went to a site to check it out. And apparently it was written by an American right winger whose name escapes me. And they say that he wrote it, not Voltaire, which, yeah,
How is a mistake like that a bannable offense? It's it's absurd
yeah,
when you see
yeah,
some of the terrible things that people say, and evidently the robots don't object.
yeah, yeah. But there's a lot of people who are monitors on Facebook, I think,
You
and
think? I think it's
yeah, and
mostly
I
robots
think that
myself.
if
That's
if
my
if
opinion.
they if they just sort of target you for whatever reason, or like a lot of my friends tell me they don't see my posts anymore. It just doesn't come into their feed. So back around 2014, 2015, I used to get a lot of, feedback. Now I get virtually nothing, you know,
Thank,
and
thank you. I am
um,
afraid, Dina sir, we are live.
oh
Welcome.
yes, we're live now. Right. Thanks. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm absolutely sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Welcome to the poetry reading with Fatal Bands. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Let me take this opportunity to inform you that in this week, we had a physical session that went beautifully well, although it is of, lesser number, but then we try to, have it, right, with all your blessings. Uh, Thank you. Thank you. Let me acknowledge that the poster that was made, put behind.
आज देखो जब भी हम केसिंग करते हैं तो हम पहले बनाते हैं तो हम बोलते हैं बैकबोन हम पहले बैकबोन बनाते हैं.
Yes, now it's clear. So that was it. In the past week, we had this in a gathering, a small gathering. Yeah. Thank
Good
you.
evening,
Thank you.
Prasanna
Thank you. And
ji.
you're all were the part of it, and on the poster, though it's maybe like from a distance, of course. I would say that. Please let us begin the show.
Good evening,
Yes,
Prasanna ji.
good evening, sir. Good evening. We love you.
Nice,
Thank
nice
you.
to see you all the poets.
Thank you. Thank you for joining, and thank you. Let us begin with our poetry, reading session with Lantern Carrier.
My thingamajig is still spinning here. Just give me a minute. Call someone else. Let it finish spinning, and I'll be able to use it. Sorry about that.
Please welcome Miss Heera Nawaz.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Namaste. Good evening, poets and poetesses. I would like to thank Prasanna for inviting me to this session. Today I am going to read out my poem entitled My Purpose in Life. From a young, impressionable age, I've had a calling to do something novel, unique, or meaningful with my life. Not to waste it in mindless endeavors of gossip and easy life escaping, nor even to just be a housewife. I am enthusiastic and introspective enough to follow a path of righteousness by inculcating precepts of God above. which is sufficient to make me follow a path of purpose, meaning, conscientiousness, and undying love. My first purpose and priority in life is to zero in on a life of ardent prayer and fervent service to God, to help others selflessly in tangible ways by emulating the example and following the footsteps that Mother Teresa trod. But how do I intend to practically accept and meet this awesome but challenging goal? It is through a process of writing the most motivational and inspiring poems written and recited for any earthly role. I want each poem I write to stem, emanate, and evolve from the deepest recesses of my empathetic heart to not just be a nameless, invisible entity, but of God's glorious kingdom to be a valuable part. I also want to recite my poetry with the best effort I can muster, using the correct expression, tonality, and diction. And by doing so, I endeavor to win hearts, capture and free souls, and try my level best to eliminate friction. I intend to make my poetry stretch my limits of purity so that these poems can energize, motivate, and inspire, making as many as possible exult, enthuse, and invigorate with each heartbeat and breath they inspire. My poetry, inspired by the muses, is written in these diabolic, difficult, and war ravaged times. The poems I do to do my ultimate and optimum is to extricate the vagaries of each individual, child, woman, and man, and turn each mess into a message to create from them a sterling diamond, the best they possibly can. My purpose is to try my best, though at times I will fail, to build bridges and be the best version of me that I can be. For I know, though flawed, I am lured by God's invisible love that is more steadfast, older, and deeper than the sea. Thank you. Namaste.
That was really lovely. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. And whatever you do, you just inspire, man. Poetry is all about inspiring. Please give a round of applause. Please welcome.
Thank you, Prasanna sir.
Thank you. Landron Carrier.
Thank you, my brother. Let's see if I can bring that up now. Hopefully I can. My pranams, namaskars to the Indian people in India and the diaspora. This poem is called My India's Spirit. The soul of India is rooted in culture, heritage, and benevolence, with the spirit of sacrifice and excellence, a spirituality that guides its heart and hands to achieve impossible visions. She is blessed by the Absolute, with ancient rishis, seers, and sages whose light acts as a beacon of wisdom to her spirit. It creates, sustains, and inspires the passion in Indian souls, gives sanctity to its sacred Ganga's consciousness, and stirring millions. Bharat Mata is blessed with purpose, and this gives her the confidence and dynamism for innovation, industrialization, and technology, a courage and self-respect which is more than praiseworthy. Is India great? Yes. Yet greatness is no match for goodness, And India is good. She is good because she has managed to create a sense of belonging and patriotism in her children, keeping her dignity and self-esteem while rising against the yoke of tyranny and injustice. Father Heaven blessed her sacred soil with the indomitable spirit of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, Shreya Sen, Bhagat Singh, who rose against inequity and exploitation. They rose against the yoke of ignorance and darkness to sacrifice their lives. They fought against languages, culture, and names foreign to them to keep their own, as well as their art, music, and dance, a Bollywood of traditional festivities second to none. India is good because she has led a democracy of 1.3 billion people to a standard of innovation, affluence, and hope, statesmanship, and respect in the global sphere of influence. India is good because of her ancient ideals of Indian womanhood. Her Sita, Savitri, Damayanti, Mira, et al., showering our hearts with their unwavering devotion, steadfast loyalty, ceaseless love, and sweet sacrifice of India's ancient heroines, epitomizing a benchmark for virtues. India is good because she was blessed by divine incarnations, Lord Chaitanya, Lord Rama, Sri Krishna, and others who gave us the Vedas, the Chandi, the Yoga Vashishta Upanishads, and the song of the transcendental soul known as the Bhagavad Gita, an epitome of the Vedas and world spirituality, still singing the glories of the eternal, still studied by millions of scholars everywhere. India is good because she was accommodating and tolerant, like Africa, both which became misunderstood and exploited by callous and greedy souls, creating divisions on their soils. Should India be afraid? She has already conquered foreign lands by sending her spiritual emissaries to the West. A Yogananda, the success of Swami Vivekananda at the World Parliament of Religions in Chicago, 1893, and later Sri Chinmoy Kumar Ghose, all of whom used an enduring love as their only weapon. No, India should not be afraid, neither does she need validation, for she gave the world the most tolerant and harmonious approach to spirituality, rich in our gods and goddesses, but proclaiming the Sanatana Dhamma, the eternal religion, that truth is one, Tatwamasi. We all came from the light, living the delight of Brahman, and to the delight of Brahman, the absolute, we shall return. Today, as the great Mahabharata war, ghouls and shadows have emerged, yet now, as then, righteousness will prevail. Light must shine into darkness, for there is no other way to illumine darkness. No other way. Let us pray. God's beauty, God's beauty in his oneness. Oh, oh, Om Shanti, Arum Tat Sat. Anson Carrier. Thank you.
What a beautiful tribute. Even those who are born in India, they could not even uh, um, pay the tribute like you did, Acharya. Uh, I would humbly prostrate before you. I think, and that is not enough, even if we could say that. Uh, Anybody, if you would like to react on Lantern's, rendition, please go ahead.
I thought
That
that was a great review of India's history, its contribution to the world's heritage, an assessment of its philosophies and its outlook on life. I want to congratulate Lantern Carrier. I thought that was just brilliant. And it gives us an idea of how much you've read about India's civilization. And you've dispelled a lot of illusions that people have about India. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
we have no words. See, we have no words, to how to sum up your this, kind of the exploration that you did, and the research that you did, and the love towards the nation that is India, called India, or what do you call, uh, Sanatana Bhumi, is called, and really remarkable. Uh, Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Manatita Hutchinson, aka Lantern Carrier. Please welcome Richard Spisak.
Thank you so much, my friends. I have a new book that I've just published, and I want to thank all of you poets who inspire me. I especially want to thank Prasanna, who was kind enough to write a little comment for me and encourage folks to read it. The poem I'd like to read to you from it today is called If It's Laughter You're After. They tell me it's good for you to laugh. Laugh once, laugh twice, deep in your life. Joy you will splice. Whether chuckles or snickers, either way, white just untwist your knickers. Whether with jokes or old fashioned, well delivered spokes, whether cute little dogs hopping frogs on logs, or Charlie Chaplin in cogs jumping bogs. Activating joy and mirth feeds the brain for all it's worth. Activating mirth and joy makes giddy, happy each girl and boy. Laughter can heal even that which you can never conceal. Even babies are quick to laugh, still smiling barely in their cribs. Oh, those funny faces tickle their tiny ribs. Activating joy and mirth feeds the brain for all it's worth. Activating mirth and joy makes giddy, happy every girl and boy. Physiologists acknowledge this. A complex set of muscles, they insist, developing muscles that work at great lengths and go on to develop your upper body strength. Laughter, doing, or even observing engulfs quite a few muscles we're learning. Great chunks of the brain will never complain. The motor cortex controls the muscles, frontal lobes provide the reasons, whether jokes be told in or out of season. The limbic system, which modulates when you get to feel just great. Connecting all these many systems, sit back, relax, enjoy. Don't resist them. Activating joy and mirth feeds the brain for all it's worth. Activating mirth and joy makes giddy, happy each girl and boy. Social intelligence and a sense of humor can certainly squash the depths of ill humor. Incongruity and absurdity are daily companions. Laughter creates bonds and increases intimacy with its own very special mimicry. Early in life, infants' laughter is an external sign of pleasure, the kind that moms and dads treasure. Public speakers and comedians try to get a laugh, to make audiences feel closer half by half. Amusement, happiness, mirth, and joy builds resiliency and increases creative thinking, brings out the best in us, even when things are good and stinking. Activating mirth and joy feeds the brain for all it's worth. Activating mirth and joy makes giddy, happy every girl and boy. Thank you.
Laughter heals everything, even the one that is unconcealed or concealed. And thank you for making me part of that your book, Richard. It's such an honor. I could just say a few, put a few words about your book. I know for the association that we had for a long time, and such an honor for me. I am very thankful to you. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends, and try to, have a hand on his book. It's available on Amazon. Please give a round up. Please welcome Dr. Deena Padayachee.
Good day, everybody. It's winter's day in South Africa, in Durban, and with the sun shining, which is gives you an idea of what South Africa is like in winter. But we spoiled South Africans find that temperatures of 14 degrees are not really what we like. Anyway, this poem I'm going to read is. Oh, wait a minute. Before I do that, I have to just quickly find a little quotation. Somehow seems to have disappeared. If you give me a moment. Uh, okay. I'm going to skip the quotation for today. This poem is a tribute to Asherville, the area where I live. It used to be a segregated Indian area. According to apartheid, Indians lived in one part of Durban, the so-called Coloureds lived in certain parts, the so-called Europeans lived in certain parts, and the Africans were cast out to the periphery of Durban. And that law operated till 1994. The Durban and South Africa is riddled by crime. So the poem begins with the shop up the road was where we got our bread and milk, but it was burgled many times and finally closed. Many people had tried to make a success of the business. I met Nob and Vijay there at the shop, and they were good memories. Now it is shut down. We have to get bread and milk elsewhere. South Africans lost their livelihood because of crime. The neighbors largely keep to themselves in Asherville, but Nambu and Rose Naiko lived across the road for over 30 years were the exception. They were always friendly, always easy to chat with, always hospitable and helpful. Nambu was a member of the Community Police Forum. The Naikas accepted us, helped keep us alive. They helped keep us safe. Now his son Clive lives across the road from me with his family. Hussein lives next door. Before that, it was Mohammed, and before that, the Jayashrees. Dana and family are up the road, as were Yana and family. Across are the Thakur family, the Damjis and family. They're good people. Springfield College of Education was where the teachers were trained, and it was up the road from my home. And so we saw a parade of beautiful ladies traversing our road every weekday. During my student days, Tenzing George Singh and his family were hospitable to a student who didn't have a family much of the time. M.V. Naidu was a retired principal when I met him, a gentleman, kind, understanding, and warm, in that unsuspicious, accepting way that was so characteristic of the older generation. He said to me, "Your father was a very good looking lad who all the people liked." My MV Naidu always said that I chose my father very well. During apartheid, I noticed that the David Lando Community Center did not have an activity notice board like were seen at the white community centers. I tried many times to get an activity notice board on the community center wall, but then finally it became my problem once I was elected to the executive uh, of the center. The Springfield College of Education produced the board. The Asherville swimming pool, where Samba Ramsamy made his mark, where Attorney George Singh of the NIC spoke so eloquently against segregation of the pool and other places. That's where Uncle Danpal, my Uncle Danpal, our colleagues and I swam, where Shani, Sim, Jonna, and I cavorted. Those were the days, my friend. The dormited post office, where Candace, Morris, and Mr. Singh went out of their way to be helpful. They always tried the best. Last year, that post office was closed for over 9 months as the post office became bankrupt. The members of the Community Police Forum sometimes risk their lives to help prevent crime. Maniraj Singh, Dean Joseph, and his dedicated court tried their best. May God bless them all. Sirajas and the baking pan were there for delicious food. Shifa Hospital was nearby for our patients.
Give me a turn.
Their boardroom was for our weekly medical meetings. There have been burglaries and violations, but my children knew a little of their happy childhood here. The weather is so good most of the time. Yes, Asheville is an interesting place to live. I wrote this in 2011. I think I need to update it. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, sir. That was, I could see the history unfolding in your poem. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Too much, I have to deal. I feel so. Please give a round of applause. Please welcome Miss Satbir Chadha. Please welcome Miss Satbir Chadha. Please, ma'am, unmute your mic.
Hello, everybody.
Prasanna ji.
Yes, sir. Please.
Prasanna, am I audible, my dear?
Yes, ma'am. Please. Yes. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so I will continue with my poem. Yes, Prasanna, can I continue?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead, please.
Okay, good evening, everybody, all my friends from across the world. This poem is about the Mahakumbh, which was there in Prayagraj this year, and the world was talking about it. So this is my take about my poem about it. The Mahakumbh. Then the god asked the yogi, "Can you count all the waves in the oceans?" The yogi said, "I can." "Can you count all the stars in the sky?" Again, he said, "I can." "All the tulips in the Netherlands, the palms swaying along the shores?" The yogi shut his eyes and said, "Yes, I can." Then the yogi asked of the god, "Can you measure this sea of humanity, this palpable gathering of men? Can you count how many people taking a dip or waiting on the ghats right now, right here at Prayagraj?" And the god said, "I can't." Unimaginable spectacle as the satellites watch, stunned. More people come than have left before. More people leave than those that came. Temporary tents and naked sands, housing devotees that daily throng from around the globe for the special snan. Mountains of faith. Mountains of faith, faith moving mountains, faith moving humanity beyond their capacity, astronomical energy as they prod on and on and on and on. Self denial, deny food, deny the bed, deny clothes, the chilly dread, embrace thorns, love the pricks, embrace humility, embrace humility, be purged, nay, bathed with holy water and holier sludge. All who came are holy. All who come are holy. They make it holy. To smirk is unholy. To doubt, unholy. Sick is holy. Fever is holy. Being here is holy. This is Dharma. This is Dharma is Sanatan. Now the world knows how we are Hindu and Hindu we be. Thank you, friends. Thank you for the patience hearing. God bless you all.
How Hindu and how Hindu we be. Holy and holy, everything is holy, like you said, ma'am. Such a beautiful expression. Very, I mean, it's quite a philosophical take, I would say. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Honorable Miss Satbir Chadha. Please welcome Gopal, Colonel Gopal Purdhani.
I'm very happy to meet Mr. Gopal Purdhani. I met you at the book launch. Uh, the force is within us. You remember, we were sitting together. Glad to meet you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much. In fact, today I have come. I'm grateful to you, Prasanna ji, you given me turn. But I have suffered a long 2 days back on 19th of May. Just 6 days back, I was admitted in ICU with a heart problem. This is the truth of life. And I was put into ICU first and then shifted to CCU. And day before evening, they have given me medicine, sent me home, and they say,
we all will pray for your good health, sir.
Thank
Let's
you
all
very much,
pray.
madam. Thank you
आप
very
अच्छे
much.
होंगे और फिर मिलेंगे. Thank you, जी.
Thank you very much,
And
madam.
on a lighter note, Colonel Purdhani, you're a person so full of heart problem to hona hi hai.
Madam, it is with your blessings and your prayers, with your love that I am sitting here today.
Thank you,
I
sir.
had very bad time, very bad
Thank
time.
you, Roopali. Good to see you.
Thank you very much. I have just jotted down a few lines, and I would like to recite. Kindly bear with me, whatever my help. कुछ दिन पहले मैं because I write in Hindi, I'll say कि कुछ दिन पहले मैं बहुत ही बुरे हालात से गुजरा हूँ और मैंने जो लाइनें लिखी उसमें लिखे जब जिंदगी ने मुझे झिंझोड़ दिया लगता था जैसे निचोड़ दिया लेकिन मेरी हिम्मत उससे ताकतवर निकली मेरी तकलीफ से बेअसर निकली छोटी बीमारियों से हिम्मत वाले डरते नहीं छोटे छोटे मुसीबतों से हिम्मत वाले डरते नहीं छोटी छोटी बीमारियों से भी वो मरते नहीं मैंने भी हिम्मत और भरोसे को छोड़ा नहीं मैंने भी हिम्मत और भरोसे को छोड़ा नहीं कभी तकलीफ और नाउमीदियों को जोड़ा नहीं आपके आशीर्वाद से मुसीबत से निकल आया हूँ जाती जाती जिंदगी को मोड़ के लाया हूँ These are a few lines and this is what to say God's blessing that I'm sitting here. Thank you, Madam Chadha. Thank you very much, kind of you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. See you again next time.
Yeah.
बहुत बहुत खूब सर बहुत बहुत खूब आपका ख्याल रखिएगा और we are playing will be playing for your well-being you'll get well soon.
Thank you
You always
ji.
inspire us. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Colonel Gopal Purdhani. Please welcome Miss Prabha Shastri. Miss Prabha Shastri Joshi. Please unmute your mic. Prabha Shastri Joshi. Miss Prabha Shastri Joshi. Okay, she is. Please welcome Miss Meena Chauhan.
Good evening, Prasanna. Good morning, all my. Good evening and good morning, my all poets. So I have written one small poem in Hindi. Kohra, fog. कोहरा सर्दी के रातों में आसमान भी कांपने लगा। सर्दी के रातों में आसमान भी कांपने लगा। कोहरे की फैली घनी चादरों के आगे, कोहरे की फैली घनी चादरों के आगे कुदरत की सारी फजाएं कांपने लगा। कुदरत की सारी फजाएं कांपने लगा। फूलों की कलियां भी सिहरने लगी। फूलों की कलियां भी सिहरने लगी। कोहरे ने जब अपना रौद्र रूप पकड़ा, कोहरे ने जब अपना रौद्र रूप पकड़ा, मौसम में कहर झांकने लगा। मौसम में कहर झांकने लगा। सुबह सुबह मुझे मीठी मीठी सी ठंडक देता है ये कोहरा। सुबह सुबह मुझे मीठी मीठी सी ठंडक देता है ये कोहरा। निकलते दिन के साथ आंखों से दिखाई पड़ता है ये कोहरा। निकलते दिन के साथ आंखों से दिखाई पड़ता है ये कोहरा। खेतों में बढ़ती हुई फसलों के ऊपर मस्ती में झूमता है ये कोहरा। खेतों में बढ़ती हुई फसलों के ऊपर मस्ती में झूमता है यह कोहरा। उगते हुए सूरज के प्रकाश से धुंधला पड़ जाता है यह कोहरा। दिन भर के धूप के बाद फिर से याद आता है यह कोहरा। दिन भर के धूप के बाद फिर से यह याद आता है यह कोहरा। और सो जाती हूँ मैं इस खुशी से कि फिर से आएगा यह कोहरा। और सो जाती हूँ मैं इस खुशी से कि फिर से आएगा यह कोहरा। हमारी जिंदगी भी कोहरे की तरह है। हमारी जिंदगी भी कोहरे की तरह है। कोहरा कितना भी घना हो, कोहरा कितना भी घना हो, अंधेरा कितना भी डरावना हो, उम्मीदों की लौ कभी नहीं बुझती। उम्मीदों की लौ कभी नहीं बुझती, चाहे आंधियों से उसका सामना हो या तूफानों से, या चाहे आंधियों से उसका सामना हो या तूफानों से। ऐसा लुभावना है यह कोहरा, ऐसा लुभावना है यह कोहरा।
ऐसा लुभावना है ये कोहरा। बहुत खूब मैम, बहुत खूब। आपका ख्वाहिश, मैं कहूँगा इसका ख्वाहिश, आपका विश जो है भरपूर हो। बहुत खूब, बहुत खूब। प्लीज गिव ए राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज माय डियर फ्रेंड्स। दैट वाज मीना चौहान, मिस
हम
मीना
लोग, मीना जी, हम लोग इतनी गर्मी में झुलस रहे हैं, आपने जाड़ों का कोहरा बिछा दिया।
थैंक यू मैम, थैंक यू।
Thank you. Thank you. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Miss Meena Chauhan. Please welcome Mr. Ray Whitaker.
Good morning from Colorado. And I have a solitary piece that I wrote last week while I was in the woods camping. And if I can find it here. What did I do with it? Give me a second here. Where did it go? Oh, I seem to have a computer problem here that I don't know where the poem that I was ready to read went to. And it will take me a minute. Prasanna, would you mind going to somebody else for
Yes,
and
yes,
coming
yes.
back to me? Thank you.
Absolutely. Please welcome Prabha Shastri Joshila.
Good evening to everybody. First, I will read one Subhashitam. Paravacheshu nipunah sarvo bhavati sarvada atmavachyam na janati atmavachyam na janati janannapi vimuhyati. It means everyone is always an expert in pointing out the mistakes of others. Such people do not recognize their own mistakes. Even if they recognize them, they pretend not to be recognize them. This is one moral in Bhagavad Gita. Now, I am reading one poem in Telugu. Sindhuram. Sindhuram. ఇది నా అక్షర వేదన. ఇది నా అక్షర వేదన. ఆడవారికి అందం బొట్టు. ఆడవారికి అందం బొట్టు. సింధూరమై విచ్చు సౌభాగ్యం. సింధూరమై విచ్చు సౌభాగ్యం. దౌర్భాగ్యం కలిగిస్తే మిడతవై హిందూ ధర్మ ప్రభ మండుతుంది. హిందూ ధర్మ ప్రభ మండుతుంది. మాడి మసేయి పోతావు. తప్పదురా. పాకి పీకి పిలుస్తాం. శాంతి అహింస మా రీతి గాంధీ సిద్ధాంతం. శాంతి అహింస మా రీతి గాంధీ సిద్ధాంతం. బహుపరాక్ బహుపరాక్ సత్తా తెలుసుకో. తగ్గి ఒగ్గి మగ్గి పోమోకు. తగ్గి ఒగ్గి మగ్గి పో. క్షమాభిక్ష మా హిందూ ధర్మం. క్షమాభిక్ష మా హిందూ ధర్మం. తరతరాల బలం శక్తిదాయకం. కాకు ఔరంగజేబు. కాకు ఔరంగజేబు. నువ్వు భరతమాత సింధూరం ముట్టావు. నువ్వు భరతమాత సింధూరం ముట్టావు. చెడిపితే చెడిపితే చెదలు పట్టి తుక్కైపోతావు. చేతులు కాలేక ఏడుస్తావు. చేతులు కాలేక ఏడుస్తావు. పాకేందుకు కాలిన కాళ్ళు కూడా ఉండవు. పాకేందుకు కాలిన కాళ్ళు కూడా ఉండవు. ఓదార్చే నీ దేశమాత తిష్టతో మోగపోతావు. పరదేశాలలో చిప్పతో భిక్షందేహి అంటావు. ఒళ్ళు తలపొగరు కక్ష రక్తం కలలు వీడు. ఒళ్ళు తల పొగరు కక్ష రక్తం కలలు వీడు. మా దేశం మా దేశం మాకు వదిలి పారిపో ముందుకు. బ్రతుకుంటే బ్రతుకుంటే బకరా తిని బట్ట కట్టుకో. అదే నీకు మేలు. అదే నీకు మేలు. ఓ మేడి పండు రూపమా. ఓ మేడి పండు రూపమా. నమస్తే. థ్యాంక్ యూ ప్రసన్న.
Excellent, Amma, excellent. That was a tribute on Operation Sindoor. It has, the tribute to soldiers as well. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Prabha Shastri Joshila. Please welcome Ray. We take care.
Good morning. I have one piece for you that was written in the solitude of the woods. It's called By the Dawn's Early Light. Every gray in the spectrum is present. Clouds move into their ochres. The stream turns from only a quiet noise in the dark to a wanderer in silver clothes, moving. The birds begin to make a few songs, perhaps complaining about the coolness. A meadow turns from gray to green again. There is more light to stumble by with bare feet. Toes register that cool, and the brain's not awake enough to care. Coffee tastes the best now of any other part of the day. Mule deer move through the glen, wishing for the fleeing dark. The distant clouds are riotous now. Each minute, there is new pinks, reds, and even more faded grays. What is happening is as the daffodil blooms in spring. The constructs of humans belong to yesterday. More possibility exists this time than last night. Thank you.
Undoubtedly, Ray, undoubtedly, undoubtedly. What a brilliant place. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Ray. We take care. Please welcome Polina Lakhtina.
Thank you, my dear friend. I'm greeting everyone from Russia with love. And today I'm going to read my piece of poetry about the moonlight and the moon. And I like the words that moonlight has the power to reveal something which is invisible to the eye during the day. As dusk covers the bashful shoulders of the buildings with a slightly damp chill, and the lights go out in the windows, please keep this image and this moment in your heart. In the water which is full of scattered stars, the world of reflections is turned upside down. The moon emerges from the cloudy and misty realm. And the spires of the towers are shimmering with mysterious luster. Needles pierce the purple silk of the sky. At such moments the soul expects wonders, seeking to soar and reach the forbidden land, twirling and playing in the embrace of the moonlight. Now everything is different than in the daytime. Passion is strong and boundless, covering the city in darkness and the melody of the serenades, and the lips that whisper so fervently confessions of affections are not accidental. The moon Selene herself is in love, but with whom? Hush, it's a secret. Thank you. Thank you very much.
That was a charming poem. Thank you.
Thank you so much. From Russia with love.
Excellent, excellent, Paulina. Please, we would appreciate your, reciting in mother tongue as well. That will, appreciate if we have right now or otherwise next week. Yeah, please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Polina from Russia, and please welcome Swarna.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. Today, I'm going to read a poem that I wrote this past week. So here goes. Escape the kiss of death. Enter the gates of hell. Get your heart broken by the demons inside yourself. Feel the curse and blessing of being a tiny little thing in a limitless cosmos, drenched in the suffering of humanity. Feel the agony of reaching for your creator. Feel the bliss of reaching for your creator. Dance in blissful agony. Dream the dreams of a hopeless, hopeful dreamer. Union with the creator, becoming one with the Most High. What is life but a chance to see everything through God's eyes? What happens when you reach inside yourself and water the plant that is your heart with love? You flower into something unbelievably tender, and I fail to understand how softness can be anything other than precious in a world hell-bent on crushing your dreams at every corner. I will always believe that love is our first instinct, but somehow we've stopped listening to that melody. I don't know if it's because we've made it cool not to show that we care, but the truth is, love is such a powerful force. You could just help carry the groceries and feel the light from your soul, remind another of the divine capacity to sacrifice for the good of someone else. Give them hope that the dark doesn't always have to win. Love is magic. the invisible thread that connects us all, and everybody lives love because that is who we are. Heaven is holy, sure, but so is everything else.
Very well said, Swarna. Very well said. Love is an instinct, and nobody could, somebody failed to understand. It's so beautifully said. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Swarna. Thank you for joining, Swarna. Please welcome Dr. Roopali Sircar Gaur.
Good evening, Prasanna, and good evening, dear friends. One of these, it's always Sundays that we look forward to. Sometimes I wonder what poem to read, really. It's so difficult to choose a poem for the evening. I began to write, make anthologies in the year 2020. So my first anthology, called In All the Spaces, Diverse Voices in Global Women's Poetry, was published, this book. Since then, I have brought out 15 international anthologies, and I have managed to capture all of you in it, most of you. Now, this is a poem. One of the things that I've realized is that although the poem that's published in this book was written even much earlier, it's still very relevant. There's something about literature that is universal, that continues to be relevant for years to come. That's why we read a poet, 400 years later and still find. Now, this is called They Had Felt Safe. Now, recently we had, we almost went into war, and we had the good sense as a country to let the conflict come to an end, because wars don't anymore take place on battlefields. They seep into our lives, they kill our children. We're seeing all these videos all over the world. But they had felt safe. Those of us who are not in the front line, Gopal Purdhani has been in many wars, so he knows it best. And so has my husband, who's a veteran, and he, for a long time, would show his wounds to people. They had felt safe. They felt safe now, they were here, and it was happening in Kashmir. That faraway, cider-drenched paradise, so faintly remembered. It was easier, they said, to remember Bombay and its celluloid dreams of lovers in flower-heaped shikaras and their musk-mad jungle cries echoing the pine-sloping hills. It was different now. The jungle was full of blood and bullets, and in the mountains there was the rat-a-tat of guns. Quite often, the roads that snake up to the abandoned ski lodges explode, throwing earth pieces into the stunned sky, camouflaged soldier pieces, heads, hands, and mangled bones. Each morning, they read, not caring, just staring at pictures of nubile beauties leaning across the sculpted gold of bodies. They forgot the men and women across the line. It wasn't their fault they felt safe. It wasn't their fault they had been told someone else would die for their tomorrow. And not long ago, they had popped corn, watching wickets fall, while in craggy Kargil, it was a summer hacked brutally short. Safe, they had cheered alike for both coffin and cricket, mixing Pepsi mantras with Vedic chants and the lamenting azan. Today, shikara silhouettes stand sentinels of silence in stagnant pools of mud-smothered lotus, and children draw crayon lines awaiting footsteps across the hearth, while the charred bodies of sleepy passengers hurtle through the hyena howling dawn. So this, although written long ago, still is relevant because things haven't changed. We're still carrying on our anger, our hatred, and through this forum, fertile brain. Prasanna and all of us are making an effort to call for peace. Thank you so much.
Still a lot to change, ma'am. Still a lot to change. We can just try, try to do something, towards that, maybe this is the medium towards, with all your cooperation that we are doing every week. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Let us see, let us behold. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was a profound poem rendered by Dr. Roopali Sircar Gaur. Please welcome Mr. Devendra KC.
Good evening. Namaste, respected poets. I'm reading a poem about pituitary in front of Dr. Deena. Sorry for that, choosing the motion. Pituitary gland. Whether a man like a gorilla or a small sized person, the weight of which is 5 milligram with a pH side, that that lies in the central part of the brain, role of which is pivotal and main. It's known as bandmaster of endocrine orchestra, which instructs other endocrine glands to do the best. The same gland, if secretes more than enough, that is hypersecretion, resulting to acromegaly. Whereas if its secretion is low compared to optimum, that is hypersecretion, resulting to dwarfism, that does not tally. The physiology of normal man remains in a normal condition. But poor health person definitely have its health parameters below the norms. Society or a country runs smoothly if the economic and social atmosphere remains healthy. And the peoples of those places seems to be happy and wealthy. The underdeveloped nations like ours, Nepal, characteristic features are below the humanitarian needs, but the responsibilities of the persons and organization of such countries could not properly treat. A true leader is a pituitary gland of his nation economic orchestra. The overact or the misact of the leader makes the country to remain in darkness without future. Let's choose a leader or leaders who can lead the nation smoothly. Lee Kuan Yew was a real pituitary gland of Singapore who could draw his nation in a development contours. Thank you.
Well said, sir. Well said. Something you need to ponder about and ponder over as well. Yeah, many things you covered. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Dr. Mr. Devendra KC. Please welcome Miss Gangalaxmi Patnaik. Miss Gangalaxmi Patnaik.
Good evening, friends. Myself, Dr. Gangalaxmi Patnaik, going to present rendition on the vitality of vegetables. The poem runs like this. All else is fake, but the single act of mind, wherein green vegetables, fresh, clean fruits, carrots, tomatoes, apple juice form world sky of flavors and textures. All else is fake, but the single act of mind, wherein green vegetables, fresh, clean fruits, carrots, tomatoes, Apple juice from world sky of flavors and textures. Something secretive about vegetables with high in fiber, prevent constipation, reduces risk of bowel cancer, eating fruits, vegetables in place of fast foods, junk foods, we could avoid obesity. Something secretive about vegetables with high in fiber, prevent constipation, reduces risk of bowel cancer, eating fruits, vegetables in place of fast foods, junk food, we could avoid obesity. I stare at children in silence who never eat vegetables, dump food out that made me weep. I prattle, stumble, fall, and children bear my weight before anyone notices. I stare at children in silence who never eat vegetables, dump food out that made me weep. I prattle, stumble, fall, and children bear my weight. Children bear my weight before anyone notices. What an excitement in understanding! What a delight! It is this acting lifts them sky to see rainbow, where their voices bloom with an unexpected brightness and unknowable clairvoyance for fruits and vegetables. What an excitement in understanding! What a delight! It is this acting lifts them sky to see rainbow, where their voices bloom with an unexpected brightness and unknowable clairvoyance for fruits, vegetables. This is the end of my rendition. Thanks, dear respected friends. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you for your lovely rendition. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Dr. Gangalaxmi Patnaik. Please welcome Sophia. Ma'am, are you gonna read or just be an audience? So, Sophia. Okay, let's pause it. Please welcome Miss Somdatta Mitra.
Good evening, everybody. It is again such a moment of great excitement to be among all of you here this evening. Today, my poem is related to a poor woman from the remote corners of Rajasthan, India, who is a self-dependent woman and was a victim of desertion by her family. She is compelled to move to an unknown destination, and over this I have related my poem through my own imagination. The title I have given is Unexplored Maladies. Sparkling eyes glitter in the night in silence. No yell or no call for an attention in defiance. The stars twinkle to delight with a brightened reflection, inconsistent in their visibility in a faraway destination. Gloominess enhance the solicitude in an invariable throe, gradually ascertaining the verisimilitude on the faith in God. A diffident woman whose hope stands strong like the stick, a staircase perhaps in which she wants to climb in a spirit. Her wounds covered with a muffler over her face, only her reserved countenance flickers courage. Those unspoken melodies tether her voice. The gentle flapping of her eyelids evoke dejections. Perhaps she is single in this journey. Only a small bundle of clothes signifies her poverty. She relaxed under a tall tree with beetles shimmering. Her lips were sensitive to kites as it was rough, as if whispering. She wore a green lehenga and choli and draped a dupatta. Her timidity a prize, an unexplored vibe, an unknown destination that she will cover. She ate a bread with an onion and a pickle, closed the lid of her container in a self-effacement. Her anklets turned the attention of others as she drank water from a dirty plastic bottle. Next to her sat an old man in his 70s, resonating his urge to chew a betel leaf in a ream. The whistle was blown as the train left the station, leaving a void, a lull in a new definition. Thank you so much.
Aydınken Bostonova. Aydınken Bostonova.
Good morning.
Aydınken.
Да, здравствуйте.
Aydınken Bos.
Не слышно? Не слышно?
Yes, yes.
Сегодня последний звонок. Я прощай, школа, я читаю по кыргызском языке. Кош мектебим деген сөздү эстедим. Өткөн күндүн бол башаттуу сездерин. Байлык, бийлик, бакыт, а бирок эстен кетпейт окуучулук мектебим. Окуу бүтүп коңгуроону калганда, көздөн жашып тегеренип жатканда, мектебимдин баркын билдим биринчи турмуш жолун кадам коюп басканда. Кадам таштап, билим үчүн алынып, кеткенимде мен өзүмдү сагындым. Студенттик күндүн доорун сүрсөм да таба албадым мектебимдин асылын. Кош мектебим деген сөздү күндө коштошкон, алтын уям бала доорун ойноткон, таазим сага ак босого мектебим, дүйнө жүзүн билим менен ойготкон. Окуучу жаш энеке сиңдилер. Окугун, билим алгын, алга баскын, билимдин сыры терең жолу кенен, билгенге билим кымбат, билим алтын. Кош мектебим деген сөздү эстедим. Өткөн күндүн бал башаттуу кездерин. Бардык бийлик байлык экен, а бирок эстен кетпейт окуучулук кездерим. Thank you.
Wow, how beautiful, and thank you for reading out in your language. That was in Kazakh language, and it is about growing up, from childhood to, boyhood, or maybe the adolescence, from school days to college days, something like that. And that is what Polina has, mentioned in the description. Thank you, Polina, and thank you, Aiden. Please welcome, please give a round of applause, and please welcome Dr. Santosh Bakaya. Dr. Santosh Bakaya.
Hello. Hello,
Hi,
can you hear
ma'am.
me? Prasanna?
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Go
Good
ahead.
evening, all of you. It's always a pleasure listening to the wonderful poets and the wonderful poems. And the poem I'm going to recite right now is Writing. Writing. W-R-I-T-H-I-N-G, writing. When I'm gone, you'll find pieces of paper by my side, crumpled and ink stained. A pained pen without a cap, lying in wait to catch those words, trying to fly away like winged birds. Hurrying and scurrying, miming Alice's white rabbit, mumbling, oh dear, I shall be late. Hastily tumbling away through the gate, writhing in death throes, my unmoving finger will still write phantom words on phantom pieces of paper, tapering away into nothingness when I'm gone. When I'm gone, my words will still ricochet within the four walls of the house, this way, that way, this way, that way, that, Hey, that was a bookmark. Why did you throw it away, pray? Followed by the sheepish grin of the maid, rummaging in the waste paper basket for the discarded piece of paper, so precious for me but useless for her. My voice will slowly taper away. That piece of paper will once again reclaim its space on the table. No fable this, but I'm going to miss all this when I'm gone. When I'm gone, by my side, you will find books of every kind, not dog-eared, but bookmarked. A notebook with hurried scribblings, feisty siblings fighting on paper. Alas, my runaway thoughts, entangled and caught between lines, no more able to gallop and caper. Words, furtively written at the dead of night, when the light no longer burnt bright. A sleepy reprimand went unheeded. Go to sleep, it is late. When I go on that eternal date, mate, you'll find all these. You'll find all these also. Vestiges of a guiltily gorged ice cream, a hurriedly eaten midnight feast, the least I could do to pamper that so-called gluttonous creative beast inside me. Hang on, hang on. You'll also find the Joker's mask under the bed. The fake smile is absolutely intact on those lips, still red. Still red. Thank you. Thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you.
Wow, how beautiful, ma'am. Very, very touching. Very, I mean, I could, see, unfold the imagery of you so beautifully expressed. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends.
Thank you.
So beautiful, so beautiful. Please welcome our next poet, Dr. Sai Chandrasekhar. I had a chance of meeting him in the last week we had a physical session. Please welcome Dr. Sai Chandrasekhar.
Good evening to all. I heard some of the poems, they are also very good. I try to read out my poem. Reminiscence. My father never let me look towards him. Hidden in the dark heart, he was the one who lit my path. My father never let me look down. Even when my wings were broken, he mended them to reach the sky. My father never let me see the ups and downs. This happy journey on four wheels was born from those two wheels. That means bicycle. My father never asked me what I would become. He rewrote the lines in my hands, a silent magician shaping my future. Now my father is gone. Only that bicycle remains a memory. Each day I touch its seat and handles, seeking the philosophy of life that my father left behind. Thank you.
What a beautiful expression, what a beautiful poem, sir. Really, very touching. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends, and please, if anybody could react, you could also go ahead and react. That was a very touching poem. Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining. And please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Mr. Shyamaprasad Patnaik.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Prasanna, for inviting me to recite my poem. Today, I'm going to recite one of my love poems. The title of my poem is just a minute. Towering Infernos of Love. It is about love and separation. So here it goes. My amorous soul subdue in love's towering infernos. Oh, sweetheart, your separation ignite flames of emotions. Your radiant auras illumine my soul's murky empyrean. Love blossoms sprout in my soul's inner garden. You are an oasis of my parched deserts. Your sweet, enchanting smile rejoices my dream realms. Warmth of your love, my beacon of confidence. Effulgent moon sprinkles love pollens behind lakeside hills. Our love flutters like romantic avians, flamboyant wings. Your transient separation ends with spring-scented blossoms. Love flames erupt like lava from soul's volcanoes. Your love keeps me afloat in whirlpool of romance. And that is the end of my poem. Thanks for watching this.
Excellent, sir. I could see the French cut also. You know, the love unfolds. Yes, and beautiful reading. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was, is our young boy and new returning lover, Dr. Mr. Shyamaprasad Patnaik. So beautiful, so beautiful. Now, let us welcome Miss Saraswati Poswal.
Hello, good morning, good evening, namaskar, sat sri akal, adab, salam to everyone. Thank you so much, Kekuar Prasanna ji, for giving an opportunity. Thank you so much. And lovely hearing all the poets. I'm not up to that point I can review your poems and we can give any review. Wonderful, excellent, everyone is too good. Sorry to take so much of time. I'll start with one of my short poem today. Peace. It is about peace. The title of my poem is Peace, Peace, and Peace. All manifestations are with peace and love. All manifestations are with peace and love. Unless we do not soak all our unsung sacrifices. Unless we do not soak all our unsung sacrifices. Burying all the dreams for self-classification. Burying all our dreams for self-classification deep under the heart and fly with the legacy of love and fly with the legacy of love. Unfurling the unpeaceable, unfurling the unpeaceable thoughts to preach peace in the world. To preach peace in the world, fly in the sky without boundaries. Fly in the sky without boundaries like a dove. To teach the world peace is sufficient. To teach the world, the word peace is sufficient for those who love and know how to adore. The word peace is sufficient for those who love and know how to adore, leaving all the unreducible holy complexities, leaving all the unreducible holy complexities for the liberalizing and manifesting, for the liberalizing and manifesting, for rational equalities, sorry, not interfering the majestic power of nature, not interfering the majestic power of nature, serving peace to all tender, serving peace to all tender birds, birds and souls, serving peace to all tender birds and souls, busy in their audible or inaudible rhythm of euphoria, busy in their audible or inaudible rhythm of euphoria. Thank you so much. This was Peace, Peace, and Peace. Hope you like my poem. Can I go with Prasanna ji? Today I have recited one bhajan. If you don't mind, can I go with that?
Yeah,
is there a time?
provided if it is not long.
Do we have a time or in the later you can ask me to
Please.
continue with that? Till then you can go with someone.
Please go.
No, if you have a time, then I will go with that. Okay. Wait. एक्चुअली वो भजन में अभी रिसेंटली जस्ट गा के आई हूँ तो मेरा एकदम इतना मन हो रहा था कि आई शुड कंटिन्यू विद दैट. मेरा मन वही गाने का था बट आई थॉट टू स्टार्ट विद दिस. सतगुर मेरे कलम हथ तेरे, कलम हथ तेरे के सोने सोने लेख लिख दे. ओ सतगुर मेरे कलम हथ तेरे, कलम हथ तेरे के सोने सोने लेख लिख दे. हाय मैं वारी वारी जावा, मैं वारी वारी जावा के सोने सोने लेख लिख दे सतगुर मेरे कलम हथ तेरे कलम हथ तेरे के सोने सोने लेख लिख दे हाय मैं वारी वारी जावा मैं वारी जावा के सोने सोने लेख लिख दे हत्थां ते लिख दे सेवा गुरा दी हत्थां ते लिख दे सेवा गुरा दी 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 सेवा कर दी कदे भी ना थक्का कदे भी ना थक्का के सोने सोने लेख लिख दे सतगुर मेरे कलम हथ तेरे कलम हथ तेरे के सोने सोने लेख लिख दे हाय मैं वारी जावा मैं वारी जावा के सोने सोने लेख लिख दे पैरां च लिख दे सतसंग जाना पैरां च लिख दे सतसंग जाना सतसंग जाना सतसंग जाना सतसंग जाना सतसंग जाना सतसंग जांदी कदे भी ना थक्का कदे भी ना थक्का के सोने सोने लेख लिख दे सतसंग जांदी कदे भी ना थक्का कदे भी ना थक्का के सोने सोने लेख लिख दे सतगुर मेरे कलम हथ तेरे कलम हथ तेरे के सोने सोने लेख लिख दे अखां च लिख दे दर्शन प्यारे दर्शन प्यारे दर्शन प्यारे दर्शन कर दी कदे भी ना थक्का कदे भी ना थक्का के सोने सोने लेख लिख दर्शन कर दी कदे भी ना थक्का कदे भी ना थक्का के सोने सोने लेख लिख दे हाय मैं वारी जावा मैं वारी जावा के सोने सोने लेख लिख दे This is for all the gurus who are my teacher. Not only it's about everyone is guru, teacher, God who teaches you, from whom you learn. So these lines for those. उनके लिए है कि they will pray for me. They'll write. They'll pray to God and they'll write good lines for me so that I can go to that God, that destined supreme power. He may write me. वो मेरे लिए अच्छा मेरे हाथों के लिए लिखे. He'll write for my hands. That I'll write something for God good. I'll watch good, I'll see good, I'll speak good, and I'll go in that same divine path
Thank you,
where
ma'am.
the God will. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. That was lovely.
Thank
Please give a
you.
round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Priyanka NEOGI, Dr. Priyanka NEOGI.
Hello, are you listening to me?
Yes, go ahead, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Namaskar. Very good evening to all of you. My hearty thanks and special thanks to respected Prasanna Kumar sir, who is organized this beautiful platform and give us opportunity to show our poem and recitation. Now I am going to poem. Poem name, Men for Women. Woman had sought to go the way man. He has been able to show up. Deborah man gave up. Women have been able to take away their rights. Women have been opposed to weak words. That is what the men did. Women just wanted to be able to. Women for men become more women. Evidence of each other's complement work. Next poem is Boyfriend. Poet Priyanka NEOGI. You are male, you are a lover. You are loved the color of the mind. You are a real hero, you are in Switzerland. You faith, you are always intriguing. You trust, you my strength. You are on the side with that is the last word. The beginning of my heroine chapter in love. The story of moving forward. Stay with me, full of love. If I put my hand in your hand, the dream of moving forward. I am the best to you. I am the gem of your life. You are a boyfriend to you, my poem. Put in love with respect. Stay in the shield in my safety. You are my happiness. You are my all. Life with you. Thank you.
Beautiful, and that was energetic as well. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Dr. Priyanka NEOGI, Miss. And please welcome Kenju Girl. Kenju Girl, please unmute your mic. Kenju Girl. Okay, please welcome Miss Dr. Sophia. Joining us for the first time, please welcome Miss Sophia. Please turn on your mic, ma'am.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, please go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah, this is the first time I'm coming to this group, and I thank Prasanna sir for giving me this platform to speak my voice out. Sir, I thank all the dignitaries who are actually listening to my voice. And today I'm going to say about BHL, my abode, where I live. Heaven of Hyderabad, where biodiversity roars in majesty. A mystic world of magic where every creature tells a tale. The hot summer burns cool with canopies of acacia, ornamented with red yellow flowers. The umbrellas of Gulmahar welcome the strangers and spread a floral velvety carpet. The aromas of mangifera and ripe gold jack capsules melt as nectar, evoking the taste buds. The festooned ivies of jasmine fill the air with divine fragrance. The chirping sparrows singing minas, the monsoon zephyr bring snakes and peacocks to dance with their colorful trails, reflecting the rainbows on their mane. The shelled snails weave shining patterns with silvery saliva to draw their mate. The long earthworms form strings on the brown soil. The red arudras stud the green lush. BHL blows the coolest breezes, balsams and December flowers, the roses, shoe flowers, and night queens infuse incense with hue of a painter's brush. Chrysandras, marigolds, chrysanthemums, dahlias, zerberas, a palette envisioned by our immortal craftsmen. As glowworms star the nature and beetles hum a lullaby, the rattlesnakes lay coiled on the roads. Fowls and owls set out to their art. The purr of cats and chittering bats. The BHL siren sets the stream of grey out of the company, entwined with the harmony of nature, mystic sounds of rustic union, a war of life with divine pollution. Thank you very much.
Excellent, ma'am. You have adorned it beautifully and paid a tribute to your area. But I would ask you to, give a short information regarding BHEL for the audience so that they will be able to understand what is BHEL. And so, go ahead, ma'am.
BHL is a company. BHL is a company. Is one of the Navaratnas of India, and I'm very proud to be a daughter of an engineer. My father is an engineer in BHL, and I got an opportunity to study here and also to work here in BHL. BHL stands for Bharat Heavy Electrical Limited, where they produce turbines, and the turbines are sent to all over the world, Malta, Czechoslovakia, and also to main power projects like Sri Sailam, Nagarjun Sagar. All the projects are mostly manufactured in BHL, and I'm very proud to be one of the daughter of my father, who is producing the turbines and also allowing the current to run in the place India. Thank you very much.
That's splendid, ma'am. That's splendid. That's again an inspiration, my dear friends. Please give a round of applause. That was Sophia Devarakonda, of course, right?
Sophia
Yeah,
Moses Devarakonda.
Yeah, Devarakonda. Thank you for joining, ma'am. We wish you would continue the journey with us and as long as we
Thank
continue.
you.
Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome conjugal, or of course, Dr. Radhashri.
Namaste, sir. I am very much thankful to Prasanna Kumar and others for giving me this opportunity. Anvastralu Uddu, Annavastralu Muddu. This is the topic I am talking on the poetry. Anvastralu Uddu, Annavastralu Muddu. Now, this is not the area for fight. Now we want peace. We want food to all the people. ఆక్రమణలతో దురాక్రమణలతో దాడులతో ప్రతిదాడులతో వీధి పోరాటాలతో వికార విన్యాసాలతో పవిత్ర భూమిని రక్తసిక్తం చేస్తారా? సామాన్యుల ప్రాణాలను సమిధలుగా చేస్తారా? శాస్త్ర సాంకేతిక సమాచార విప్లవం సరికొత్త పదాలలో సాగిపోతుంటే ఇంకా మనం మతం పేర, జాతి పేర, అంధవిశ్వాసాల పేర మానవ జాతినే మసి చేస్తారా? ఏం చేసి ఏమి సాధిస్తారు? ఎవరిని ఉద్ధరిస్తారు? 1,00,000 మందిని చంపగలరు, కానీ ఒక్క ప్రాణికి మళ్ళా ప్రాణం పోయగలరా? అణ్వస్త్రాల ఖర్చుతో అన్నవస్త్రాలను పంచుదాం, బీద సాధలను ఆదుకుందాం, క్రౌర్యాన్ని కాదు ఔదార్యాన్ని చూపిద్దాం, మాత్సర్యం కాదు వాత్సల్యం చూపిద్దాం, కార్పణ్యం కాదు కారుణ్యం ప్రదర్శిద్దాం, మనిషిలో దేవుణ్ణి దర్శిద్దాం. అందుకే అంటున్న ఆత్మీయులారా, అణ్వస్త్రాలు వద్దు, అన్న వస్త్రాలు ముద్దు. నౌ దిస్ ఈజ్ ఏ టైమ్ నాట్ ఫర్ ఫైట్ బట్ ఫర్ కోఎగ్జిస్టెన్స్, and that too with friendly with all the world. We can kill 100 people, but you cannot give life to a small one creature also. So let us invest all the amount to our development rather than the fighting in between, fighting with people. Instead of that, let us develop all these things with all our technical, informative and scientific things. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Very timely and very essential aspect that you dealt with, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Really,
Thank
what
you.
type of warfare is something, we need to discard. Proliferation of the warfare and artillery is something where we cannot give life. We can take the life, but we cannot give the life.
You cannot give.
That is it. Thank you, sir. Thank you for
Thank
reading
you.
out.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming. Please welcome the Miss Conjugal. Conjugal, please unmute your mic. Conjugal. Conjugal, please unmute your mic. That brings us to the end of the evening. I think I could just, I don't know. I have to read something out, but then yes, I'm just trying to find out what I could just read, and maybe probably we can wind up. She howled at the moon during the night of bygone times. She took the birth as the death was defeated. Nay, you never gonna make it. Yes, you're right. She turned black with screaming and screeching, recalling the scares left by the male bullets, male of attraction, distracted her path of penance, lured by temptation, seduced by the sentient commotion, Days and nights of the zone banded her senses. Nights went into brain of the so-called luscious waters. The high voltage spurt forth, lending her to be savage, luxurious, and licentious skin, decomposed, left for the ravens, howled at the crescent moon to get past her sins. Alas, sounds are silently heard as graveyards lied beyond the barbed wires. Futile howl. Thank you, my dear friends. That was a piece that I could able to, present. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being part of the show. And today
Thank you,
we
Prasanna.
had a
Thank you
lovely.
so much.
Thank you, ma'am. We had a lovely
Thank you.
session.
Thank you, Prasanna.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. See you next week. Same time, same day.